Are you pulling it up on your phone?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Let me just, good, we have sound. Perfect. Now, will it let me share? Last week I couldn't get it to share, but it's being tricky. It's like, here, I'll do it this way. All right. Well, welcome back to another WCN Live here at the Wilson County News. My name is Kristen Weaver, and today I've got
Brandy Hawkins, Customer Service Representative and South Texas Home and Garden Show Coordinator.
Thank you so much for being here today.
That's a mouthful.
Yes, yeah. It is a mouthful. But, I mean, that's what we do. We wear a lot of hats.
We do.
And, yeah, we're looking forward to our show today where we are going to throw it back to our sponsors. We're excited about this. I do have to mention that today we were supposed to have Connecticut of San Antonio join us, Jason, but he couldn't make it, so we're going to hope to get him on in a future, hopefully in April. He was one of our sponsors of the South Texas Home and Garden Show, and so sorry we couldn't have you today, Jason, but we decided, you know what, we'll make this whole show about all the sponsors from the show this past weekend, and so that's just a conversation in and of itself.
Yes.
So before I get started, let me give a shout out to our WCN Live sponsor. We are sponsored today by OBR Metal Buildings and Components, where you can find everything under one roof. I believe you were telling me about how they helped you with a project and actually gave you wonderful guidance on how, and then the materials that you needed, but also then in the project itself.
Right.
I was pretty impressed by your feedback from
Right.
OBR, and I know they're a really great company. They're located right here in Floresville, located on 181, so you can't miss them. They have a big presence, and I invite you to check them out because apparently you really can get a lot done with them, and they are a wonderful supporter, a wonderful advertiser. We appreciate you so much. OBR Metal Buildings and Components, and you can learn more about them on their website too, and that is obrmbc.com. Right, so I guess next on our list before we head out to give a throwback to sponsors is to draw a winner for our comment contest. So let me remind you guys, as I see you joining in, please post a comment while we're live because that will get your name into our comment contest.
For next week.
Right. So these, right now you'll be drawing from last week's conversation, which was... I can't remember what it was now. And, Sherry Manti is our loyal WCN watcher, and she is the winner of a C Street goodie bag, gift bag. So I'll reach out to you, Sherry, in a little bit. You'll probably be joining soon, and I'll probably see you here in the comments. But, all right.
Congratulations again.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. I want to
Yes,
shake these up and do it right now, but we can't.
You might be wondering why we're seated a little differently on camera, but we had to make room for this igloo here. We had this at the Home and Garden Show this past Saturday, and it was donated by Randolph Brooks Federal Credit Union. And so we were taking entries Saturday, and we will, at the end of the show, you have to wait and see who wins the wonderful, big, huge igloo, which is it's a really cool thing. If you could just see this, it's really nice. Size is...
The sticker covered it up, but...
Yeah, it's huge. You can fit a deer in it.
Yeah.
For our hunters out there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
7 days. I want to say 1,000, but I'm not sure.
But it's a nice one, so
Very nice.
It'll be a great prize for somebody. So we are talking about the sponsors of our South Texas Home and Garden Show. That event went off really well on Saturday at the Floresville Event Center. I mean, we can talk about how the show went a little bit before we get into some of our sponsors.
Great show, great turnout. We were full. Everyone inside came, everyone outside. We even had Ewalt Tractor came out with some tractors, and the Army recruiting station showed up also.
Nice, yeah.
So it was really good, really packed. We saw lots of little kids. We did have face painting there, and it was just busy.
Well, I know the
busy.
kids were at A-Step
Yes.
Inc., where they provide after-school tutoring, and they always have nice things for the kids to do. But the kids got to plant seeds. They were also painting rocks, so there was really great activity to be seen, to be had out there. It was beautiful too. I know I stopped and ate lunch and sat at a picnic table. It was really nice, a good little break in between things, but it was a very jam-packed day. It was full, a great crowd. Heard lots of feedback from our vendors with many prospects were gained and good sales, just a lot of great activity. And I think people also, you know, they know. I mean, this was our 19th year.
Right.
So it's neat to see the repeat people that we, you know, see come through in our community that support the show every year, and there was a lot of that.
Yes.
As well.
And new people too that,
right.
you know, or they
Absolutely.
hadn't participated in a couple of years and they came back. It was good.
And I'd say the food was yummy. We had oh my gosh. The Chamber of Commerce always rocks it with the concession stand, so it's very consistent. You won't starve at this show. You had several food trucks, and I think one that slipped in at the very end was Kona Ice.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
In addition, we had Premier Barbecue, right?
We had mobile munchies, and she had quite the spread from everything from hot dogs to burgers, and I think it was icy machine. It kind of looked like a margarita machine, but I know it wasn't.
Yeah.
But and then Alenta's Mexican food, and then we had Tres Flores funnel cakes and elotes alma, which was corn in a cup.
Yum. I saw everybody, they all had all that stuff. I saw them walking around and enjoying it. Hi Denise, thanks for joining us. Yes, she was at one of the vendors. She's been there the last few years helping them, and it was absolutely fabulous, I agree. Yeah, so without further ado, let's talk about these wonderful sponsors that helped us make all of this possible. The biggest one is that the Floresville Economic Development Corporation. So this is our Spring Home magazine, and this was also exclusive at the Home and Garden Show, but you can pick these up at Walmart and H-E-B. They're on our newsstands, so they're free, and they're at the bottom of the newsstand, so feel free to pick one up if you didn't get one at the show or if you need extras, because they're a great local source of all these wonderful businesses that participated. And the Floresville Economic Development Corporation is on the back cover, and it really explains what they do and what they are pretty well. They're all about shopping local and, you know, supporting the economy in Floresville, businesses in the Floresville district. So it's run by a group of volunteers. They're appointed by the city council, and they assist the city of Floresville with new business development and business retention initiatives. They provide site selection assistance, grants, coordination, and consulting to new and existing businesses in Floresville as well. And like I said, they work to improve the business environment and increase economic opportunities in Floresville through targeted business attraction, real estate development, and community promotion. So thank you so much to the FEDC, as we like to call them. But they have been a proud sponsor for the last several years. We couldn't do this without your support in doing that, so we appreciate you.
And they are a great resource for anyone looking, considering, or
absolutely,
seeking assistance with the business.
Yeah.
That's their job.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Derek. Glad to have you joining us. He says, looking forward to next year's show. Absolutely. Derek Godlitz has Freedom Mowing, right? Okay. So next on our list is budget blinds. And I had printed some information on them. Would you like to do a little readout of Budget Blinds?
Budget Blinds is a great advertiser with us as well.
Yes.
They do blinds, shutters, shades, drapes, and motorization. I think one of the cool things, you see it on movies and TV all the time, they press the remote and the curtains just go up by themselves.
Oh, yes. Nice.
And they help with light control and UV protection, privacy and safety, energy efficiency, They do a one-on-one personalized approach and have a diverse
Yeah.
range of window coverings. I know you
Mhm.
said you had utilized them for a
Yeah,
couple
we
of
have.
projects.
We have in the past. We've had them for a long time. The ones that we've had installed, so they've been sturdy, lasted a while.
Yes.
Looking for, oh yeah.
And yeah,
They do
had a-
free in-home
Good.
consultations,
Mhm.
and I know, like, they list themselves as their budget blinds of Lavernia and Alamo Heights, so their, home is, like, Lavernia, they're the Lavernia
Mhm.
area, so they're here in Wilson County, and we thank you so much, Budget Blinds, for your sponsorship.
And they had a great booth presence there.
Mhm.
And they shopped some of the other vendors, so
Yeah.
I kept going by, and there was one hat, and I went back, and there were two hats, and I was like,
Uh,
oh my god,
yes.
y'all look so great.
Everybody enjoys the show, definitely, even if you're there.
And that's one of the biggest things, like, we shop each other, like,
Mhm.
we're all there for our businesses, but we also shop each other, and help support like that as well.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, next on our list is San Antonio River Authority. They are another huge, wonderful sponsor we've had the past few years, and they have a wonderful, great presence at the show.
Mhm.
Would you mind doing a little,
Sure.
I
Yeah,
printed some material on them too.
So I stopped by and visited with them as well. They had a great model of, like, how the watershed works through our area down to San Antonio Bay, and it was interactive in that they could pour water in it and it would travel down. They didn't do that while I was there, but
Right.
they were a great
Yeah,
resource.
they are.
They also do sponsor our hazardous waste material
Mhm.
pickups for us, and that is to help with our water resource, the health of our community and everything.
Mhm.
They do presentations, have educators toolkits, curriculum,
Mhm.
and river camps. And I know, like, one of their big advertisements they've done with us is, like, don't be a bass.
Mhm.
And it's got a trash bag as a bass.
That's right, because litter is ugly.
Yes.
Don't be a lazy bass. I like that. That's pretty catchy. It'll get you thinking.
They also have hiking, biking, and paddling and river recreation. I know, like, people can put kayaks in,
Right.
like, near Espada Mission,
Mhm.
and come down to either Helton Park or
Greytown, too.
the River City Park
Right.
here in Floresville.
And there's also the Greytown one before you get to Helton, so
yeah.
it's kind of like, yeah, it passes through Wilson County like that. You get
Mhm.
Greytown, Helton, and then I guess the city park,
Yes, yeah.
right? Yep.
And I'm sure there may be
Oh,
some
yeah.
further down the river, but those are the ones we know of.
Yeah, and the two you hear a lot about, that's Helton Nature Park, because
Mhm.
that's at 775.
Mhm.
And then you've, like I said, the Greytown one, which I happen to kind of live out that way, so I see that activity.
Mhm.
They do have a great part, like, nice parks out there, so
Yes.
it's really great.
Definitely somewhere to visit.
Mhm.
The San Antonio River Authority is funded by property taxes. The River Authority upholds a commitment to providing safe, clean, and enjoyable creeks and rivers, which in its 83 years has led a multitude of partnerships, research initiatives, projects that integrate public health with ecosystems and sustainability with economic development.
Great. Thank you so much to San Antonio River Authority. Absolutely. Next one I wanted to read because I kind of have some odd notes that I had printed on. But this was part of what I was going to be asking Jason Stevenson with Connecticut of San Antonio. And they do water softening. And he had some really good prospects at the show and talked to a lot of people. I talked to him myself as well about their water softening solution and how they really work with people. They come out and they'll test, your water to find out then, okay, what level of service does it need? And that was the interesting thing about the equipment for the water softening. Part of it was it's kinetic energy,
Mhm.
hence the name Kinetic Go. And so it does not run with using electricity, but the kinetic energy. So that was fascinating. Let's see, you can go on their website and learn a lot about them and the services they provide. They're varied, from drinking water systems and water softeners to water heaters. Quite a few options to consider. And it really sounded like, they like to work with the customers. So they may even come and say, okay, you have a current water softening system, and they'll look at it and say, no, you're good actually, for you're covered till this. And
Right.
you know, when that life is over of that system, then give us a call. But we had that conversation. I thought it was fascinating, and he really talked about too, as far as that soft water, that it actually helps you in cleaning your home.
Mm-hmm.
It makes like the agents that you use to clean your home, I mean, you don't have to use such rough agents. The water itself just allows the cleaning to happen so much better, and using softer things. And we also talked about how, you know, when you have that soft water, that I know my mom does, and I'm not used to that, so it's hard to get that feeling off, but it's actually, you know, that's the way it should be.
Mm-hmm.
And he says that once you have that softening system, you actually do get used to that. And so it's like, so yeah, if you're just a visitor, just something like that, you don't, you know, you quite understand. But he says people who have the water softening systems, and then they go and they experience the hard water, they're like, what is this? You know, hard water is so awful. So anyway, yeah, Jason, hopefully we will get him on a future-ish edition of WCN Live. But
Yes.
wanted to give a shout out to Connecticut of San Antonio. Really appreciate your sponsorship.
Definitely.
Great. And then we can run down the rest of these. Our wonderful sponsors included Elysian Sound and Light, and they did our sound at the show and the last 2 years, so that we had really very quality sound. People, you know, on our mic system, we were able to MC the event really well and have it also broadcast outside, so everybody stayed up to date
Right.
on what was going on,
Right.
whether you were outside or inside.
So yeah, in previous years, my husband had to go out and yell
Yeah.
the names of the winners for the door prizes, and then this year he was like, "No, you can hear it everywhere out
Yeah,
there."
it was good.
So that was good.
And it was at a good, decent level. It was
Mhm.
I was out there and could hear the excitement of what was going on inside, and you really felt like you were part of the show
Good.
when you were out there. So I think that a shout out to Elysian Sound and Light for their sponsorship.
Thank you, Benji.
Yeah. And then, of course, we couldn't do this without Floresville Electric Light and Power System.
Right.
Talk about them a little bit.
So they are our local electricity provider for our area. They, oh goodness, they had a new model where they demonstrate how the electricity flows into different things that are around them, like the kites, and they had a tractor with a big pole on it, so like if you were hauling something from farm to farm, how that would affect. I know the old model was, you know, run through, so they
had something new
they
this
had
year. Yeah.
two presentations.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see either one of them because I was running around,
Yeah.
but they had a big presence, a lot of people there, and a lot of people stopped and visited, and we report on them weekly.
I guess
Monthly,
they probably have
when
their
their
monthly,
meetings. Yeah.
pretty regular meetings. So yes, we've had some video coverage, but article coverage of, you know, what goes on with our local electric light and power system, and we couldn't do this without them because we
Yes.
need light and power. Thank you so much for what you do. They do an amazing job for our community, so we thank you, Phelps, very
Yes.
much for that. And next on our list is H&R Block, and that is Laura Dolly, and she is kind of like, you'll always see her at the Home Garden Show, and she has usually a pretty good sign set up for H&R Block, because she's behind the counter at the concession stand with the Floresville Chamber of Commerce, so she wears those two hats. But yeah, H&R Block is located here in Floresville, in the HEB Shopping Center business district over there off 181. They have a really nice office over there with cubicles to go in and do all kinds of, of course it's tax season, so that's that. Excuse me. But they do a lot of other as well, like accounting things for people, businesses, and so on and so forth. So they're a great presence in Floresville. Excuse me, I have a tickle. Next on our list, I don't know if what you can say about Halo Roofing.
Halo Roofing, they were a new one for
Where's
us
that?
this year.
Yeah.
They are locally owned and operated with 30 plus years of experience. They do new construction and re-roofing. and they also do gutters.
Oh.
And they had a good presence there at
Yeah.
the show. They were busy.
Good to
They
hear
were
that.
busy.
Yeah, their website says they're the local roofing experts in Lavernia, Seguin, San Antonio, and beyond. They even list towns, okay, Adkins, Floresville, China Grove, since 1993. I'll say a lot about them. So good. I'm glad that people were able to. That was the great thing about the show is that, you know, you got a really wonderful mixture of, you know, your home and garden needs.
Mhm, mhm.
All the gardeners, all of that was happening. You can get all the plants that you'd want. And as well as, you know, these different home, like the builders, and we're going to get into a builder, in fact, next, which is MI Homes. Yeah, and I have a little printout from them, but they are, an overview of them is a Floresville home builder, the South Texas area. I'm looking for that location. I know, it's like, is it Chaparral? There's I can't say the location of where they are. Let's see, downtown, I'm pretty if that's right, and I saw a reference to it. It's kind of like back behind the school, from the middle school, I think. I might be misspeaking, but
Yeah.
they are, you're going to be seeing more of MI Homes because we'll be talking to them about getting some regular ads running, I think, in the newspaper. But they were real excited to be there with us, and they got to talk to a lot of people as well. But that is MI Homes, and they're a Floresville home builder. So you'll be seeing a lot of them. Next on our list is Mike Monreal, and he sponsored the American Legion.
Mhm. He did.
There. And
Yeah, he came in as a sponsor,
Mhm.
not only of the show, but as part of his package, he got a
Mhm.
booth.
Right.
And he donated it to the American Legion Post as he is part of that. Well, take that back. He may not be part of that, but people on his
Mhm.
campaign were
Yeah.
part of that group. So they showed up and they had a party.
Yeah.
we were
Yeah.
we were kind of party crashers to the party,
Well,
but they definitely had a party.
And I understand that they had some wonderful sign-ups for their membership, and so that was a really incredible thing to see that also take shape.
Mhm.
There was a lot of activity, so you didn't just have people were really engaged at the show, and it's so nice because, you know, we had real organizations that do real things in our community, and you
Yeah.
got to meet those local people and then find out how you can get involved, and there was several of those things going on.
Yes.
On the day, so.
And it's always interesting when we get groups like that
Mhm.
together because you'll see people at one thing
Mhm.
with one hat,
Yeah.
and then you'll see them somewhere else with a different
Exactly.
hat, and you
Right.
see them somewhere else,
Mhm.
having a good time. But how involved
Mm.
us as a community really is. I know a lot of people may miss that and not necessarily see it, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of people who do a lot of things, good things in our community.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to have that big party to see it all come together, right?
Yes,
So one of our
yes.
final sponsors at the tail end of our list, because it's in alphabetical order, is State Farm, and that's David Del Bosque, the local agent here, and they are located right here on C Street, just down the block down the street from us, and you can stop in there and get quotes on your auto insurance, your home, auto, life. I'm assuming it's on the back page. No, he is right here. Not him?
Yes.
Mhm. So David Del Bosque,
Just has his spring into action
Mhm.
with State Farm.
yeah.
Auto insurance. Okay, I did not bring my glasses.
Let me see.
It's tiny.
Pretty sure
But
we do it all.
I'm pretty
Oh.
sure life, auto, property, home.
Oh, yeah. So give them a call or go to autoinsurancefloresville.com and you will be able to, you know, get quotes and find out how they can help you. Because
Mhm.
that's what it's all about in the insurance is, you know, sometimes you have to make that switch. But I do hear really great things about State Farm Insurance. So, and also he's been a sponsor several years with us. So we really appreciate you, David Del Bosque. And he was there. They were there at the show. They had that fun, the Plunko game?
Yeah, they had Plunko.
Yeah. So that was another fun thing for kids and
Yes,
adults.
I saw more adults.
Yeah,
but,
probably.
And then somebody mentioned that we needed to do a Plunko board next year.
Yeah.
But it's funny how some of those games stick with you
Mhm.
through all the years.
Yes.
But they had a
yes.
great interaction as well.
Yeah,
with
that
theirs.
was fun. Right? And we couldn't do this without HEB. They had such a great presence the last, I mean, again, going back to that, probably that first show that we did in this era of shows, but they just bring in the plants and then
And more plants.
and really help to attract and draw people in, because they're not the only plant vendor, but they do have a great presence. We love having you there, HEB, here in Floresville, and you can check them out. And then another wonderful partnership we have is with the Wilson County Extension Master Gardeners, and they anchored the back, kind of plant row, where it led everybody out and around the whole, floor plan. They did several presentations that day, and really sharing and educating the community on gardening.
The love of
really.
gardening and
And
benefits and all
knowing that they're a resource to help become a master gardener. They do that, and we interviewed them on WCN Live, I think that was 2 weeks ago.
The third, I
A
think.
couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
that we had them on, so you can go back and review and reach out to any of them. Betty Frazier's the president right now, and they're a really great group and go-getters, so you can catch one of their monthly meetings and really get involved. It's a really great group. And then I think I'm going to skip the next and leave them for last, but if you want to mention Fred, our great friend Fred Onusorge, and his sponsorship.
So he was a banner sponsor for us this year. We had a 6x4 banner that we placed outside in the middle of the front, with his ad, his information, his photo was on it, and it was cool to come up and see it, okay, Acme, cool.
He
And
really
then
welcomed
come on
people to
in.
the show.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's Acme Guns and Gear. He's also a real estate agent, so I'm
With
pretty sure
Dwell.
he had all of that on that sign. And his location is actually at the Plaza Shopping Center here in Floresville, and where you can go in and do the Guns and Gear and the gold
Yes.
line, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we've utilized him with some of the state stuff that my uncle left behind with us. So.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Nice.
between the Dollar General and Tractor Supply. Kind of hard to miss. But
Sweet. Cool. Well, before we get to the main event, too, this is kind of our igloo here. We will be drawing a winner very soon. If you were at the Home and Garden Show, then you had the opportunity to sign up to win this igloo, and we're going to draw our winner in a minute. But let me just read some of the great feedback we've had today on WCN Live. Laura Dilla says, so much to see and buy. I agree. Sharon Pullman says hello. Lisa Guerrero, everyone and everything at the show was amazing. Great job. Michael Anthony says hello. Love it. And we've got Denise says Helton Park is a beautiful hidden gem. Terrific place to walk, ride bikes, take pics, enjoy nature with family and friends. I agree. Vicki Kimball also says loves Helton Park, and the walk in the back is amazing. It really is. Vicky just said yours. Home and Garden Show was awesome. Mike Monreal, hi, howdy. I am he says he's the first vice president for the American Legion Post 38, and thank you very much for serving your community, and that you are a veteran. Yes, absolutely.
I did not want to misspeak. That's why I
I'm
backtracked
glad
just a little bit.
Yes, thanks for the clarification. You should know that. All right, so without further ado, it is time to draw a winner. And this shout out now goes to Randolph Brooks Federal Credit Union for their role in sponsoring this igloo and bringing that excitement to the show and allowing us to have a drawing for it.
Yes.
So, all
They,
right.
they did great. Then we had a good response.
We did.
Do you want to do the honors?
Sure. Okay, I'm gonna draw there. Get ready. And, okay. Oh my goodness, the winner is Iris Burris.
Hi, Miss
Okay, so Iris, we will be reaching out to you to pick up this igloo that is yours.
Bring home.
Congratulations.
It's big.
Yeah.
It's a two carry.
That's right. Well, congratulations, and thank all of you for watching today. Really appreciate your feedback. Thank you so much for coming to the Home and Garden Show,
Yes, great
and
turnout.
all of your support there. Thank you to all our wonderful sponsors, vendors, supporters. We appreciate you. And of course, we couldn't do WCN Live without our wonderful sponsor, OBR Metal Buildings and Components, where they have everything you need under one roof. They're located right here in Floresville off 181, and you can learn more about them at obrmbc.com. So thank you so much to OBR Metal Buildings and Components.
Yes.
All right, well, that's a wrap, and thank you so much,
You're
Brandy.
welcome.
We couldn't
We're
do this
looking forward
without
to next
you.
year.
We appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks
Yes.
for helping us make it such a successful show.
It went really well this year.
And we look forward to next year's 20th,
Yes.
which is, mark the date now, March 13th, 2027.
Yeah.
So check us out, and be sure to keep, reading the Wilson County News so you'll know what's going on, and we'll keep you posted.
And then if you're interested in the show for being a vendor for next year, visit the South Texas Home and Garden Show.com, and you can still sign up to register to get on the email list
That's
for
right.
when registration is open.
That's right. You can get on our list, and we will let you and make that announcement when it's open. So
Yes.
there it goes. Well, thanks again for joining us. We will see you again. Please join us next Wednesday. We will be
Yes.
here at 10 a.m. See ya.
Have a good week.